Hey YouTube, what's going on? So it's that time of year where traffic gets a little heavier. People tend to be more polite. We're gifting gifts to one another, and people are in the Christmas spirit. Along with that, people tend to take out loans, go into debt, overextend their finances to get these gifts for each other. To express how they really feel for one another. And personally, I think that I think it's all unnecessary. I think it's crazy to try to rush to express how you feel about somebody through gift giving at a time of the year where you're probably not flourishing financially, where you don't have the most money, where you're trying to get gifts for kids, spouses, mothers, fathers, cousins, uncles, aunts, friends. It's too much. That's a big commitment, man. To try to make sure that you have something meaningful for everybody that you care about, to prove to them that you care. And to me, that's not how you prove that you care for somebody. Like, sure, that's one way of showing somebody, hey, I've been thinking about you, but it should not be the ultimate expression of you mean something to me. And that's just something I've been pondering for the last couple years. I can't even say when I actually came across this thought, but I'm sure it was because I was thinking about, the money I was spending on my loved ones, and the thought crossed my mind, like, what would happen if I wasn't able to get them these gifts? Like, worst case scenario, like, they just don't get it. Like, okay, so instead of getting a gift on the 25th, maybe you get one on the 28th of December, or maybe you get one on the 25th of January, or the 30th of March. Like, why does it matter why is it so important that it's in December? It's by December 25th. I've made all of my important purchases that I've gift given to everybody that I know, everybody that means something to me. Why? Why by December 25th? Why have we allowed this nation to dictate how we show affection to one another? Like, we're so caught up in the tradition of it all, but nobody really challenges the tradition. Like, I don't understand. I believe it doesn't have real relevancy in nurturing real relationships. Like, real relationships aren't scheduled. They are not, you know what I'm saying? You can't map out an itinerary for nurturing a real relationship. So I don't think that it's necessary to fall in line with the gift giving and the Christmas cheer, every December. You know what I'm saying? To show people that you care for them. If you care for somebody, it shouldn't be designated to one time of the year. You should always be looking for ways to show them that you care. So, personally, I don't get caught up in the whole gift giving and just holiday season cheer anymore. Not to say that I'm not happy to spend time with my family, because, to be honest, that's the best thing for me. Like, that's my biggest takeaway from the holidays, is that everybody shares the mindset to fellowship with one another, to meet up, to catch up, to enjoy one another. So I really appreciate the holidays, because everybody's in that mindset to be with one another and to partake in family. But the flaw in that is, this is the only time of year that everybody's thinking the same thing. and it's really hard to get people out of that way of thinking. You know, like I like spending time with my family. I don't feel like that should be reserved to one part of the year. November and December are the two designated months throughout our calendar year where we mark it on our calendars that, okay, we're gonna, you gonna cook the yams, you gonna bring the collard greens, we all meeting up at grandma's house and we gonna have dinner there in November, and then I'm getting this for the kids, you getting this for the girls, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna open our gifts Christmas morning, then we'll head over to my dad's house and do this. And it just shouldn't be like that. It just shouldn't be reserved to one part of the year, because family is more important than that. And I think that people need to open their eyes and stop putting so much stock into the material things, because we're teaching the kids that, you're teaching your children that to expect something at this particular time of year. Like growing up, me particularly, I expected gifts on my birthday and for Christmas. Like it was guaranteed I was getting something on my birthday and for Christmas. You know, sometimes I got things throughout the year from various people, but it was given that I was gonna get many things on my birthday and for Christmas. That was just my childhood experience. And after a while, I just stopped placing so much value in things. Like when I realized that when my mother used to ask for Christmas lists, and I would draw up this list, you know what I'm saying? There was a point in time where I started to reduce the things that I would ask for, because I realized that my mom was providing everything. She was providing our shelter, our food, our clothing, plus all the gifts. And I just didn't think it was fair to continue to ask for all of these material things that really didn't mean anything and didn't do anything for her except add to her responsibility. So after a while, I started to reduce my list, and then by the time I hit high school, I stopped even making lists. Like I had no desire to ask for anything, especially since by that time I was working. So if I wanted it, then I would just save up for it, you know. And instead of putting it on somebody else and just expecting them to provide what I wanted, I would just provide it myself. Like I didn't see a need in being greedy and thinking, oh well, I can save my dollars and then I can exploit them since they wanna give me a gift. Since it's Christmas and they wanna give me something, let me get them to buy the $50 item I've been wanting for the last 2 months, and then I'll spend my money on the $20 item that I could have picked up anytime, or that I was gonna wait for because I had to spend the $50 on the large item that I wanted. So I just don't fall victim to it. And I definitely don't want to raise my children growing up believing that this is how you should live life, that I should expect to receive something from everyone I know, and that it's expected of me to provide these things of everyone I know, regardless of whatever my financial situation is. There are plenty of points in time, you know, holidays come around and I just don't have it to spend this extra money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it, and I don't see the I don't think it's worth it to go into debt, you know what I'm saying, just to provide somebody with a gift, as if, you know what I'm saying, as if they on their deathbed and it's actually a benefit to them. Because there's no real benefit to them. There's no benefit to their health. There's no benefit to their pursuit of success. You know what I'm saying? We showering each other with gift cards and perfumes, toys, and just technology. You know, things that don't really add value to our lives. They may make our lives a little easier. They may bring some entertainment, but nothing is really bringing value to our lives. Like, I'm just at a point personally where I would rather see the people around me take that money that they wanted to spend on me and to make a wise investment with it. I mean, put that money to use where it's going to become a benefit for you. I just want to see you do better than what you've been doing. I don't care about material items and acquiring more stuff, because it doesn't mean anything. It has no real value, and I don't believe we're instilling good values in our children by lying to them, telling them that Santa Claus is providing these gifts as long as they behave, and just providing them with everything that's on their list. It just doesn't. It's not a. It's a bad way to. It's a bad lesson we're teaching them. Like, we're teaching them that if you behave yourself and that you strive to be a good person, that good things will just be good things will just rain down on you. You know what I'm saying? People will just fall over themselves to do anything for you, and that's just not true. There's often times where good deeds go unnoticed. Good deeds aren't appreciated. So raising our children to believe that behaving themselves and doing what's right, you know what I'm saying, will lead to your heart's desires. It's not a realistic concept. It's not, because it takes more than being a good person to actually achieve whatever it is you really want to achieve. Like, I would consider myself a good person. But there are people who I've met along my journey who would not consider me a role model, and that's fine. But that being said, it took more than just the thought of me thinking that I'm a good person to get to where I am in life. I couldn't just sit on the ideals that I believe make me a good person and have gotten my CDL. That's not how life works. I had to put in some work beyond what I already believed in myself, beyond what I already thought about myself. I had to put in some work for that. So just opening doors for people, respecting my elders, replying to my elders, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. That wasn't enough. I had to go beyond the whatever my core principles were, and do the work necessary to get to where I wanted to be. So I think it's important that we teach our children that you have to work toward anything that you really desire. And once you really start putting work in towards something, once you really see what the value of your labor is worth, then those material things that you thought you wanted, you realize that once you have the opportunity to purchase those items, they don't even seem so enticing. There are a lot of things that I pass up on now just because they don't have a real value. The value that I thought they had when they were unobtainable, I can see it for what it's really worth the moment I have the resources to obtain it. And if it's not helping me get to a place of greater financial stability, then I don't see what it's worth. It's not worth much to me. That's just my take. I don't hate the holidays. Like I said, I do enjoy the mindset that the family has to come together. I just wish that extended beyond these 2 months of the year. All of that being said, that's all I got for y'all. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more content soon, and peace.